Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to 6 News. So today we have the full patch notes for Operation Crimson Heist. Let's go through them. So of course we're getting our brand new operator, which is Flores from Argentina. He's going to have Thatcher's assault rifle, Blackbeard's DMR, 2 armor, 2 speed, got stun grenades and a claymore, and of course he's got an explosive drone that he can drive around and detonate, and he gets 4 of them in total, along with his usual 2 drones too, which is just pretty insane. But I don't think he's overpowered, but I do wonder like how he's going to be for like destroying enemy gadgets, because right now he seems really good at that. And then we have a rework to Border. I was quite surprised this one was the one they chose, and it's pretty much exactly like Border is now, but a few tweaks here and there. It also looks exactly the same when you're actually in it, but it is definitely, I would say, improved and still feels like the old one, which is the good kind of rework, I think. So yeah, Border is being reworked for this season. Then we've got the Gun 6, the new secondary. So this is a pistol position it takes up, and it does a single shot, but it can blow holes through objects like soft walls and stuff. It's obviously though mainly made for actually destroying bulletproof gadgets or maybe stuff like castle barricades. I don't know how this is going to fit in yet. I haven't played enough around with it to see how it's going to suit the game. Then we got Match Replay, which is now going into beta. And this means it'll be coming to the live servers. Of course, right now, Crimson Heist is going onto the test servers, probably for like 3 weeks. But this will be coming to the live servers, and you'll actually be able to watch your match replays. So this should be good, but it is only on PC, so the beta will only be on PC. I don't know how long the beta is going to last as well. Might be like a season, might be a couple of seasons. So the final version of the match replay will eventually turn up on all platforms, but I don't know when. And then we've got updates to the newcomer playlist. This is of course not going to affect most people that are probably watching this video right now, because you've probably been playing Siege for a while, but it is kind of trying to make it easier for players getting into the game. Then we've got a little change to Muzzy. This is just a HUD icon change where when your drone gets close to a pest, the icon flashes quicker and quicker. And I think it's just to basically make it easier to figure out where the pest is and how to potentially avoid it, but I haven't played around with it enough to really know how it's going to affect gameplay. But considering it's one of the big bullet points in the patch notes, I think the developers do think this will have a significant change to Muzzy, so we will certainly see. This is another significant nerf, and Mute is going to be able to disable more than he normally can. So you can see here this kind of fuzzy effect on claymores on the drones here. So the jammers are now going to disable claymores and nomads air jabs, which means you can use them to actually do runouts safely by disabling the claymore outside or wherever it may be. That's a potentially massive change to Mute. That means you actually play him totally different. And this kind of effect here you see on all the gadgets, that will show up on everything that is jammed by Mute. So everything from like breaching charge to Hibana's pellets, it's all kind of consistent now instead of not always being consistent. Going on from there, we've got operator price reduction. Of course, every season older operators get cheaper. It's amazing, it feels like a lot of these operators are still brand spanking new, but so much time has passed, so they are getting cheaper and cheaper. Now this is a new seasonal skin. Oh my god, it's good. This is basically like, obviously the back side here is a little bit icy, and then of course you got the fire up front. So it's almost like, is this actually competition for black ice? It kind of looks like it could be, and by far one of the best seasonal skins we've seen in a while. And I think it's good to go back to the ice aesthetic and potentially pull it off. We'll see how it looks in game. But moving on from that, we've got operator balance, and now of course we had the big reveal yesterday, but that included everything that they're planning to do in year 6. So you're going to see a lot of stuff in here, but also a bunch of stuff will just be missing because a lot of it's coming in the future. I never think they're too brilliant at like saying, oh, this is a future thing for like maybe 2 or 3 seasons away. So it is, you know, when you're watching the live stream, it all gets jumbled up on your head, and it is very hard to figure out what's actually coming with this season and not. And I had a presentation with a whole bunch of content creators beforehand, so I had even more information, but still it was hard to kind of figure out which is coming, which is not. So let's go through stuff. So first of all, there was a designer note blog post posted earlier today, which actually showed a nuke rework, which is going to be on the test server. It's not coming with this season. It might be seasons away before it actually comes out, But I've got a video on the Core Rush channel actually going over those designer notes because it has some different stuff in it. But let's run through. So everything in this patch notes, of course, is coming with the Crimson Heist season. So this should all come out with this season. So Mute, as we looked at earlier in these patch notes, going to be able to jam claymores and nomad air jabs. And we're going to have this disable effect, which will show up on everything now, rather than just some of the stuff that it disables. We've got that new Mozzie HUD icon. And we've got Blackbeard here getting a big nerf, so back to being Nerfbeard again. And his shield is going to go down from 50 health to 20, so a big change. And his MK17 is getting nerfed, losing 9 points of damage per shot. Dokkaebi is gaining the gun 6, so that's the explosive pistol, but she's losing the option to pick the C75 auto. I prefer anyway that we'd actually just have more choices. So I'm really sad that that is gone. She's losing the frags because she has gained this as a destructive device. It would be kind of probably bad if she also had frags. And although of course you're losing 2 frags, this thing has a single shot. But this thing is incredibly accurate. So it's going to be a toss-up to which one ends up being better. I think the Gun 6 is not as powerful as frags. But of course you can bring stuns now. So we'll see how it plays out for Dokkaebi. And then for Finka, it's a similar situation. So she's losing frags, gaining stuns, and she's getting the Gun 6 as an option and losing one of her pistols as an option. And this is the thing as well. The Gun 6, I don't know if I'm going to pick it because I would rather have a backup weapon than something that takes out bulletproof gadgets. Even though, of course, this might be an absolutely great pick for some people and they may absolutely love it. So we'll have to see how it plays out. And then Twitch is gaining smoke grenades, replacing stun grenades. So that may be a good or bad change depending on how you play your Twitch. Then Cali's sniper rifle is getting increased damage. This extra, just a few points might make the difference. And it's going to insta-kill a 1 speed. Depends on the damage drop-off distance if they've changed that at all. They haven't mentioned it, so it might be the same. But for a 2 armor or a 3 armor, she'll be able to down them with a single shot. That is pretty damn good. Now, of course, if you've got Rook armor on, you get the damage reduction. It'll take 2 shots, just like basically how it is right now with her live in the game and with her recent change. But of course, I think this little bit extra damage is going to be really good when it comes to enemy operators that are just a little bit damaged. She will then be able to either down them or kill them. But I don't know if it's going to be perfect. We'll have to wait and see. It sounds like they're basically still planning to do other changes to Cali over time. And she's just a pain in the ass to balance because snipers in Siege don't really go well. And then the G36 is getting a little buff. So that'll be getting improved recoil with the new season. Let's move on to tweaks and improvements. This is curious, this one actually. So diffuser priority. So of course, if you're playing the game and no one picks the diffuser, just randomly goes off to one of the attackers, it's now going to go off to someone with the right role. So Ash won't get it, and I assume other operators like Nuke, Amaru, they won't automatically get it. Instead it'll be like Thermite and Thatchers that'll automatically get it. That's actually kind of cool. I like that change, and not one I expected. And then for PC, if you switch to one of your gadgets, it will not stop you leaning. So if that was a problem before, that is being solved. Then we got situations that are getting a little bit of an update. I'm probably not going to hit on any of this stuff because it doesn't affect multiplayer, but it's just basically quality of life improvements for situations. Then we've got player comfort down here. So playlist parameters, this is where they're changing the newcomer and quick match. They're basically they've reduced the round duration and brought it down to 3 minutes, which is kind of just normal. They've increased the diffuser and plant time to 7 seconds from the previous 5. And they've added a diffuser carrier selection to the newcomer and quick match playlist to empower players who want to carry it, which I've got no idea what that actually means, so I just have to see. Then we got the streamer mode. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to be enough. So my preview build, when I first got it, it didn't have it. And then yesterday it did. So I was able to switch streamer mode on and actually try it out. And I'm not sure if it's good enough. It's interesting. For you, the client, you can make your name disappear, your level disappear and stuff, and make it harder for someone watching your stream to try and get into your game. And there's a hidden matchmaking queue timer and stuff. It's pretty good. But I don't know if it affects other players in the game and I don't know if it hides your name. You know, just basically it would be great if it randomized your name in the lobby so that if someone's on the other team, they can't just go, oh, that's so-and-so, and look up the stream. So I don't know if it's going to totally solve that. We'll see how it actually plays out. Like I say, I haven't been able to really try it yet. Then we've got a little improvement to Capcan. This apparently is just making it easier to put his gadget up. I don't know if it'll be faster or something like that, but it's more intuitive and reliable. I've never had much of a problem with it, so I'm curious to what they've actually made better here. And then we've got a change here for the ADS toggle. So if that's your preferred option, they have made it so it doesn't force you back into ADS after doing a action. Then we got spectator mode. So added multi-kill feedback and team loadout. So that's basically just if you're in that spectator position, which of course is mostly like, you know, be great for like pro league casters and stuff, and to, I think, get better kind of stuff on multi-kills and stuff like that. We've got some improvements here to achievements and trophies, just basically updating the titles and things like that. And then game health, we've got Xbox local custom games, so you won't need an invite anymore. You can just actually join the custom game. We've got new voice actors for IQ and Capital. This means they're probably going to show up in more stuff in the future. Of course, they actually did do voiceovers in the most recent, it was the lead up to the 6 Invitational stuff, and they were doing like basically just audio versions of the matches leading up to it. So we did hear their voices already, and they've changed them in game now with this new patch. Now we've seen the yellow ping get added into kill cam. Apparently now Lion, Alibi and Jacko's pings will also be added into the kill cam as well. So that's a good thing all around, I think. And then we've got removed the Ubisoft Connect daily challenges. The tile with the trophy icon in the home section now redirects to Battle Pass challenges. I'm not sure. I seen that. So on my preview build, I got a pop-up and it worded this a little differently. So I'll just wait and see when we actually get it and try it out. It might be slightly different. And then we've got map rotations. So they've removed map rotations for quick match. That is curious. And they have also increased variety of all maps except Bartlett University are now included in the quick match pool. So yeah, it sounds like what we're basically got is that there's no map rotations because all of the maps are actually in the pool. Is that the case? That'd be kind of cool. And then of course we got bug fixes here, which we're not going to go into. That would mean making this video freaking long. So there we go, guys. That's the patch notes for Crimson Heist, and the test server should pretty much be up now. And yeah, looking forward to playing this, and it's going to be a very interesting season, this one for sure. But the biggest transformative changes are going to come over this year, like the ones we've seen on the live stream. So in the future, we're going to see massive changes to Siege and how it's played. Whereas this season, I would say it's still rather subtle. There's nothing too major kind of changing, but it is going to be an interesting season to play for sure. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.